I come from 3 generations of Irish, Scottish, drunken pint glass philosophers whose only function was to get and stay drunk and give their 90 proof of advice while falling off of a pub stool. Then they staggered home, beat their wives and kids, and passed out. Hungover, of course, the next morning, apologetic. The next morning, can't remember anything on the night before, and they're begging for forgiveness, only to do it again. My father, my da, is of that lineage. In Black and Blue Boys, Broken Men, Dale Orlando Smith focuses on male characters who share a traumatic link, violence, and the cycle of abuse. In the following, Ian, a young boy, recalls on a time when he knew he had to escape his tyrannical Irish father. From Black and Blue Boys, Broken Men, by Dale Orlando Smith. There was this one Saturday night. Da was in the pub from midday to closing. The barman called to say Da needed looking after and can't make it back himself. It was cold that night. I mean, freeze your bollocks off kind of cold. And I told Mum, I said, Mum, it's cold. I don't want to go. And she said, Ian, he's your da. Mum kept after me, but I did not go to the pub. So we're waiting there for Da, and we're scared out of our wits, especially me because I didn't go and get him. And we hear him before we lay eyes on him. We hear him singing Dead End Street by the Kinks. We look out the window and he can barely stand. A mate of his has walked him home. And as I peer through the curtains, I'm petrified. I know I'm going to get it. So I'm sitting there by the curtains, praying Da would just pass out when I got inside. And I'm listening to that walk, that long, short, unsteady walk. And his mate gets him in the flat. Da looks down at me and says, "You didn't come for me." With that, he proceeds to pick me up and slap me about. Mum tries to jump in, but with one hand, he slaps her down to the floor. And then Da throws open the door and drags me outside and holds me out over the stairwell landing. I'm screaming, bloody screaming. And people are starting to come out of their flats now and they're saying, "No, mate, put the child down, mate. Don't." By now, almost everybody has come out of their flats. And some are looking up and others down. And Da is still holding me. He's holding me up and taking it all in. And a smile comes over his face. All these people have become his audience. And he's holding me up to the crowd now. He's actually holding me up as if I were on display. I'm his da. He didn't listen to me. Your kids have to listen to you. If you have to give them a kicking, then give them a kicking. Say you're nothing. No, I won't. In Ireland, we knew to mind our parents. We knew. People here in England know nothing of discipline. Nothing. You will mind me and I will make you mind me. Even if I have to kick you all night long. I am the man in my house. He thinks he knows all, but he's stupid. He keeps calling me stupid. And all these kids were crying, begging their parents to do something, but it was almost as if they were crying for themselves. And Da, by now, is thinking he's it. All eyes are on him now. He is a star. And I finally break down and say, I'm nothing, Da. Nothing. What was that, stupid? Want to make sure I heard you right, stupid? Say it so everyone can hear you. I'm nothing, Da. Nothing. That's right. don't ye ever forget that. And then Da drops me. He drops me from the second landing stairwell to the first, and I come crashing down. Mum rushes over, and some neighbors come as well. The other kids and me were screaming. All of his kids were screaming. And I heard one kid tell his da, "Why didn't you stop that man, da? Why?" Shut it. It has nothing to do with us. And then everyone goes back inside. Da goes to the fridge, gets a lager, drinks it, and passes out in his sitting chair. And he sleeps there the whole night. The next morning, Sunday morning, Mum took me to Mass. Da didn't go because he was too hungover. And when we got back, he took one look at my face. The left side was swollen. And he looked down and closed his eyes. He knew it was the worst beating he'd ever gave me. Mum told him what he'd done. He couldn't remember all of it, or so he said. And then he reaches out to touch me, and I scream, "Don't touch me! I hate you!" Mum is just standing there saying, "Serves you right. I should leave you. I should take Ian and leave you, you no good drunk." And Da is begging Mum, begging her not to go. So he crawls across the floor to Mum and he's saying, "Please, please don't leave me, please. I love you, I love Ian. I won't do it again. Please, I would kill myself if you left me." Mum, she doesn't hug him back. But she doesn't push him away either. And then they go into their room and they close the door. I made a decision that day. I decided that I would no longer cry. I would no longer cry in front of him. And I would go out if I wanted to. And so I did. I would go out and I would come home and he would beat me, but I wouldn't cry. And by the time I was 14, I knew I had to get out. Get away from him and Mum and away from the flats. So I went to school, came home, studied, and I even got a part-time job. And alcohol was out. I would not ever do that. I was repulsed by it. Worse than that, disgusted. I was disgusted by it. And Da would just look at me and sneer. "Not a bit of Celt in you. You're a real Englishman. With all your schooling, you're still stupid." By the time I was 18, I had enough. I'd gotten through school and decided to go to London. And Mum is begging me not to go. And Dad is just saying, "He up and leaves us, ma'am, and does not care about me. Selfish you are, pathetic and selfish. Give us the key. You're no longer welcome here, and don't come back." And so I take the key, and I throw it in his face, and it cuts across his eye. And he gets up as if to hit me. But this time, I stand, and I look him dead in the eyes, and I smile. But I made my eyes hard. I made my eyes so hard. He backed down. I did it. I got out.